everybody, it's Crazy from Crazy Gaming. Today we're doing a demo. It's called IXION. I've heard it's pretty good. A friend of mine told me to check it out. When you're done watching it, leave a suggestion leave a comment in the suggestions. Tell me what you think. Thumbs up if you like it. No thumbs up if you don't care for it. I know it's due out this year sometime, but I don't know when. The demo is available to anybody who wants to play it. It's on Steam. So if you like it, maybe you can download the demo and check it out for yourself.
Launch control, we have Tycoon clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate Stanford protocol.
Flight procedures, check. Guidance go.
EA algorithm online.
Batista safety protocol, check.
Launch control to EMB Charon. All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Deflectors up.
PPS Tycoon to EMD Sharon. You have clearance for final approach. EMD Sharon, you have been assigned to Tycoon Docking Bay. Welcome on board, passengers.
Pretty nice.
Shuttle EMV Sharon is now docked. Sector 1 empowered and pressurized. Munchie decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized. Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tycoon, property of Dolus Aerospace Engineering Corporation. You will soon be given your assignments, but until then, please continue to wait near the docking bay. We hope you have a productive voyage, and would like to thank you for your contribution towards humanity's future. Administrator, I am Eden, the personal assistant installed on board the Tycoon. In accordance with the Munchie Protocol, I have been designed to take into consideration your complete psychological profile so that I may more accurately respond to any needs you may have. My primary purpose is to ensure the Tycoon's automated systems function efficiently. I will keep track of the tasks that are necessary for you to fulfill your prerogative of reaching Proxima Centauri and carrying out field research, mining operations, manufacturing protocols, and Dolos colonization tests.
Okay, so the big spiel is over. I let it play through so you can see the graphics and kind of get an idea about what this place is about. Now I'm gonna go to the settings and make some changes in the audio. Get the music off, turning the master volume down because it's pretty loud. And I'm gonna turn the voice volume down some because it's pretty loud. Hopefully that's gonna be better. Alright, let's go on to the next discussion. And they're going to get into talking to us about what we're supposed to do or think or how things are going to work. Controls and whatnot.
Administrator, I wanted to introduce you to your first tasks personally. I'm Dolos' cryonics lead, Marduk council member Giovanni Battista. So, let's see. Your first objective will be to begin setting up essential infrastructure aboard the Tycoon, meeting the environmental conditions that are required to support your crew. Having laid these foundations, you will then oversee the installation of the Vol engine and perform a short test jump to Proxima Centauri. Upon arrival, your research teams will carry out a brief survey of local space, gather a few rock and coal dust samples, fire up the colonization protocol, begin building the foundations for mankind's future, yada yada yada. And then you'll come back. Now, in order to achieve this, you'll need to familiarize yourself with the Tycoon's core functions. It's no big deal. There's the production, stockpiling and distribution of resources, construction, balancing of power output with allocation. Oh, and space exploration, setting out expeditions and all that. Basically, everything needed to establish scientific advancement and harmonious autonomy on board the Tycoon following the first test of its Vol engine. Eden's gonna display and keep track of your main objectives. Oh, and Administrator, don't let the position go to your head. Veneer has insisted to center Dolos' focus on the Tycoon, but this mission is just in preparation for our next project, the Protagoras. The Marduk Council worked damn hard to pull this mission together ahead of schedule. So, toe the line, do as you're told, and bring the Tycoon back in one piece. Leave the grand gestures and saving of mankind from ecosystemic destruction to us, okay? One last word of advice. We don't all think like Veneer Dolos. As of yet, no human law has been officially established amongst the stars. That sounds like an opportunity knocking to me.
Okay. So we've got the first objective. The first objective is build a workshop. Down here, we go here, and there's a workshop. That's a stockpile. Let's build the workshop. I think we'll put it right here. Now it's saying to build a stockpile. I think we'll build the first stockpile right here. Make sure, yeah. Now we'll look here and see what this is about. So this is explaining to us how things work. We have an interior view, an exterior view, and a planetary systems map. Camera is controlled by holding down the right mouse button and moving the mouse from side to side. Zooming in and out is scrolling on the scroll wheel. And rotating is holding the mouse wheel down and moving from side to side. You can restore the view to its initial position by pressing the home key, whatever key that is. This is an overview of the buildings. They cost resources to build. Newly constructed buildings require a certain amount of power. So we have a power and resources, and they need workers. Constructions on a grid, as we just saw from the two buildings I planted. And assemblies created once they've been planted, and they will transport and deliver the correct amount of alloy once it's got all of its alloy. An active workshop will send a mech to assemble the building. So they send mechs to put it together after it's all done. Then there's roads, of course, and on the roads they have two types of transportation. One's the mechs, one's the transporters. Okay. And we have, let's see, what do we miss on the camp? Exterior, planetary. This is an overview of the sectors. We're in Sector 1 right now, and it's the only one we have access to. This is what the mini-map looks like down in the bottom left corner. As they fill up each section, like the next one would be activated, would be 2. This is the battery power, the stored battery power. Then we have resources. Alloys used for buildings and tycoon maintenance. Polymers used for spaceships and solar panels. Electronics is used for advanced construction. Food is used for the population. Cryonic pods used to gain crew members. And science points used to research new technologies. And then raw ore like iron can be converted to alloy, carbon to polymer, silicon to electronics, hydrogen to power, and ice for water. Resources need to be stored in stockpiles. Stockpiles can only store the type of resource at the time. So it's only one type of resource at a time, and have an upgradable maximum capacity. So a stockpile cannot interact directly with another sector. You will need to transfer the resources. Supplies have been left by Dolus in the Tycoon in order to finish construction station facilities. In order to harvest supplies, a stockpile has to have a resource set. Transport is done by two types of transporters, a red transporter and a yellow transporter. Red transporters are you can only use those in the sector you're in. Yellow transports can transfer from one sector to another sector. Alright, so that covers all that. Next thing we need to do is build some roads. Actually, we need to set this to storage. Alloy. Alright, now it says to collect 40 alloy, and to do that we need roads. So let's open this up. Let's do this. Let's connect this from here across to here. That should allow all these buildings to be taken care of. Next, we're going to run one from here to here. That'll connect these. We'll run one from here. We put it to here. Connect one from here to here. Then we're going to run one from here to here. We'll run one from here to here. Another one from here across. Now we need to connect these ones, so we're going to run one from here to here. From here to here. One from here to here. Across the front of these. We'll connect one from here to here. And I don't know if this building's going to be serviced by this one or not. Just to be on the safe side, we'll run that. I want these two roads to be connected, so I'm going to do that. We'll run one over to here, all the way down to here. And as you can see, the guy's running around building the roads. Alright, so we need to connect. We went all the way across there. We need to connect these to here. That's serviced by that. Now that should take care of all these buildings, hopefully. Now we need to get these locked in. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to run one all the way across to here, like this. And we're going to run one this way. And across here like this. And we'll run one up to here. This. Here to here. And here to here. I can't see if that connected or not. Looks like it did. Alright, let's get out of the build mode. Now we can start releasing the alloy. And what we're going to want to do is go through, this is the way I'm doing it. I'm just running through and I'm clicking them all. That gives access to all this alloy and I don't have to keep checking on it if they run low. And as you can see, the mechs are already grabbing stuff and moving it around. Okay, so everything seems to be hooked up, or otherwise I wouldn't have been able to collect it. Now we're just waiting to get our 40. It did. We hit the 40. So I got an incoming call.
Administrator, I have established a connection with Dolus's lead data scientist, Emma Klein.
Alright, so let's hear what she has to say.
Administrator, Mr. Dolos has made it abundantly clear when it comes to security. Given the importance of the Tycoon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station. My name is Emma Klein, Dolos's lead data scientist and member of the Marduk Council. My department have just completed final synchronization between Eden and our data treatment tool, the DLS. The DLS, or Data Listening System, is capable of scanning, recording, and parsing exchanges of any kind. The DLS programming that is a part of Eden will filter all data collected and bring to your attention only the most relevant information. It will also provide you with a condensed overview of any situations that may arise and formulate potential future outcomes. It will permit you to give direct orders without having to go through additional unnecessary paperwork. Eden will then take care of everything via their DLS accreditation. As is often the case with tools produced by my department, I think you'll find that once you start using the DLS, you'll never be able to do without it. Oh, and before I let you go ahead and start writing history, Dr. Munchie, our lead medical expert, wanted me to bring to your attention a possible side effect of vol jumping. Whilst there is a correlation between prolonged space travel and the development of early onset dementia, he believes that a vol jump has the potential to accelerate this process, although this is yet to be proven. His recommendation is for you to immediately send any crew members that are exhibiting uncharacteristic or symptomatic behavior to an infirmary, as these facilities are equipped to treat the mind as well as the body. Remember that all of your actions and choices are being recorded by Eden. We are not affiliated with any national or even international organization. The only people that you are answerable to are those of us who sit on the Marduk Council, who represent the collective interests and ambitions of the company.
Okay, so we have a new objective. It's called communal dining. We also have an event. Commit to building a refectory. A refectory, if I'm not mistaken, is a dining room. So let's build a refectory. That's going to be under food. Yes. So we will open this up. We want to do this in a central location. And as close to the food as possible. So I'm thinking we'll put it here. Now we're going to need to build a road to it. Alright, this is the food. So we're going to need to build a stockpile for the food. So we go back to construction. I'm going to need to build a small stockpile. And I think we should try to put that, will it fit here? Yes, it will. So let's turn it this way so it's as close as possible. That way that road will give them access and we don't have to add any more roads. Look at them go. And we're ahead of them. We've built a second stockpile. And that'll be completed here in a second as this white bar fills up. As the mechs are doing their construction. Now this building disappeared because all of the ore that was in it, or the alloy that was in it, is gone. Once it's gone, it disappears like these machines are doing, which is fine because it gives us space to build more stuff. Now we have to set this stockpile to food. So we're going to click on the little leaf thing, and then we're going to go over here and we're going to click this, and that's telling them to deliver food to that stockpile right here, which in turn will deliver the food to the rectory, which is the dining hall, so people can get fed. Speed 200 crew members. We've had 50 of 200 already. And now we have another phone call.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Marduk Council member Henry Bargeville.
Now I suggest you do things kind of in order and try not to get too far ahead. I know I got a little bit ahead on these because if you get too far ahead, you can end up stretching your stuff in the wrong direction and you won't be able to complete the next assignment.
Bonjour, Administrator. What a wonderful day to embrace our fate, don't you think? I'm Henri Bargeville, writer, philosopher, lobbyist, but most of all member of the Marduk Council. I have taken the liberty of personally arranging an exchange out of courtesy with the Oceanabe, a ship in high orbit belonging to one of our commercial allies, the Ashtongites. Even though they are a small organization, the Ashtongites are important partners who share the same pragmatic, moralistic, and spiritual outlook as we do. The Oceanabe will provide us with a source of food whilst carrying out the Tycoon's initial testing. By making it the first exclusive trade partner of the Tycoon, we will demonstrate to our long-term allies that Dolos wishes for them to share in our successes. Please assign a cargo ship so that we can check the trade routines. Administrator, trust in genetic connectors. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.
Okay, so basically what this guy is saying is we need to construct a cargo ship and construct a science ship. We have an event available, which I believe is going to tell us to... Oh, it's going to tell us to commit to building living spaces for all present crew within 12 cycles. Refuse their more pressing needs. So we're going to want, of course, see to their needs. So before we do that, we're going to go over here. We're going to hit the loading bay. We're going to construct a cargo ship and a science ship. To do that, we're going to need to construct another stockpile for the polymer or whatever it is. And so we're going to construct that. And we're going to place that, being that they're going to be building ships right here in the cargo dock. We'll build it right here. And they're off. Next, we need to build houses for these people. We have to build it for 85. And each one of these hold 15. So we're going to need 6 of these. So let's see how we want to fit these. It'd be nice if we can fit them in this space. Right here. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. So that should be enough. Now it's telling me that these aren't connected. So I'm going to want to spin around here and see. Man, we may not be able to connect them. I don't know. This one's getting built. They may all be able to be built because I skinnied them all up to each other. So they may be able to reach these from back here. I don't know yet. After they finish constructing these 3, we'll see if they start these 3. If not, we may have to reconfigure these. Yep, looks like they can't reach these, so we're gonna have to fix that. And how we do that is we delete these buildings. Alright. Let's spin back around here. Let's replace these. So we need to leave room for a road. So we'll put one here. One here. One here. And we'll put the last one back here. And we'll build a road. We'll connect all these. I'm doing this in a way so it gives me as much space as possible. Alright. Now all of these should be connected. Yep, there they go on the first one. And they'll be able to roll down this road and do these right here. And that will give us everything we need. So let's see what's going on in the cargo bay. They haven't started yet because we have not assigned this. We're going to assign it to the polymer, and then we will release the polymer so they can use it to build spaceships. And now we should see some activity in the building here. We've got 5 of 10 already. So we should see the ship start to be built here in a second right here. There he goes. Down here on the bottom left, as you can see, I still have the red signs showing that 40 people are still homeless. But that number is going down as they're constructing these buildings. It's kind of strange they went all the way to the farthest one first, and I guess they're going to work their way back this way. And looks like they are building the science ship now. So we're going to look at this. We have a new section, Space Interactions. Interactions on the planetary system map are mainly via use of the science ships. You can send ships to planets by clicking towards points of interest on the map. Once on site, clicking the event icon will enable you to instruct the beam on how to proceed. As soon as this is built, we'll go to the space map and see what we can do. We're down to 19 homeless, so it's almost complete. They've got the building they're working on, then they'll start this one. And they're getting low on food, so we need to make that jump into space so we can get new resources. Alright, so this one is going to supply food for us. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to send this to the moon. I mean to this place, I guess. Maybe not. Yeah, there it goes.
Science ship has arrived at destination.
Okay, so we want to go open this. Now that we have that, we're going to click on the food. It's given the highest priority. If I keep clicking this, it will go down to the next medium. And then if I click it again, it'll go down to the lowest. But we want it on highest. It should automatically go. There it goes. It's already picked up. Now we're going to send this to the moon. Do its research there. And that's our next mission or quest, is to resolve the moon event. Now it's told me, I believe, that it's arrived. It arrived at the moon. Okay, so once it's at the moon, we'll click on this. And it's going to give me some options. And what's going on is a summary of the intelligence collected from abandoned base. The base is out of commission. Auxiliary systems are operational and may be used to restore power. There is an average probability of finding resources. The transmissions from the gear team say we have reached the UN base using provided coordinates. It's abandoned and depressurized, but video surveillance system is still functional. And they're awaiting our orders, so we can choose from either one of these two. This one here, the possible rewards is the research awards. And this one gives research and alloys, and that's the one we're going to take. We're going to dismantle the camp because we want both those resources. Now, until this position runs out of materials, our cargo ship should just keep bouncing back and forth. This has to regenerate, so there's some space in between at points, but it eventually just picks it back up and brings it, so it'll just keep doing that, which we need to keep this thing full to keep feeding the people here. Now it takes 1 to feed a crew, and it takes, I think, 5 to feed the whole crew, the whole place. So we're in good shape in that. Now we're at 36 consumption of power. You see that up here? We're 36 out of 60, so we're still looking good on power.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, so now it's completed that task on the moon. And so what we're going to want it to do is go to the next place now, which is Mars. So we're going to send it to Mars. And at Mars, it says the UN have established a facility on Mars. They are currently lacking the materials required to repair a critical fault in their oxygen supply system. They have submitted an official request for dolo safety. So it's waiting for a science ship. So the science ship is en route, so that's taken care of. So we'll come back here to this map. We've got something on here. Science ship here has completed its actions on the event moon, abandoned base camp. Okay, so that's been completed.
Science ship has arrived at destination.
Okay, so we need to look at the map again, and we need to see what it wants us to do, and it's going to give us some options, just like in the last one. Repair the fault in the exchange for resources. That gives us possible polymers and alloy. Oh, it costs us 20 alloy. Repair the oxygen supply system in exchange for research data, which is for polymers, and then refuse to help the facility. So this one would cost 10, and this one would give us polymers. So we're going to go for the research rewards because we need those. And we'll click on the cargo ship to go grab that. And now the cargo ship will head should head for this place. The ship is on the way. So, yeah, we've got a ship heading that way, a cargo ship. There he goes. So he's going to take care of that. In the meantime, it gives these guys a chance to rebuild their resources. In between these planets, we will send him back to get the resources. And if I'm not mistaken, we can still build another ship if we want, another cargo ship. So why don't we do that? And then we can have two. Alright, resolve moon event. Let's go back out here and see what we need to do at the moon. Alright, so it's waiting for the signing ship so we can send that sign ship back here when we're done. That should be completed, I hope. So we'll send it back to the moon. Come back in here. It's completed its action on Venom Mars. Healthy competition. Alright. So let's go back into our construction. And we did the housing. Structures is docking bay. We have one, so I don't really need to do that right now. We've got the food going. And we talked about the infirmary. And then there's the tech lab. Now the tech lab is what we're going to build next. Now that's what's going to come up, I believe, once the moon event is completed. Let's see where we're at on that. So we found 30 alloy and 40 data points. Alright, so now that disappeared. So the next place we want to send the science vessel is going to be here. So we can see what it says. So it's waiting for a science ship. So we will send this one to Saturn. Let it go do its thing. I'm going to send this one back to Mars. Let it go do its thing. And now we have excuse me. Now we have an incoming transmission, so let's see what that's about.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Dolus's head of medicine, Dr. Abhinav Munshi.
Everything is at optimal, so that's a good thing. Like a little green smiley face, which means everybody's happy. Let's listen to what this guy has to say.
Greetings, Administrator. I'm Dr. Abhinav Munshi, Dolo's expert in compartmentalism and medicine, and a member of the Marduk Council. I'm glad to finally meet you, even in this digital
Science
manner.
ship has arrived
Your
at
psychological test
destination.
results were quite impressive. My friend and colleague, Philip Stanford, couldn't be here today, so I will take the role of introducing you to the final stages of the Vol engine integration. Before we get into that, however, we would like you to complete the testing station's exploration and enhancement capabilities. You'll then be able to begin researching the EVA airlock and assess its compatibility with the Tycoon's core systems. I hope that the work of our team will ensure that you're equipped to deal with most situations you encounter up there. Before I leave you, Stanford would like me to remind you that space is a far less fanciful and forgiving environment than science fiction would have us believe. It would be wise to remember that.
Okay, so before we begin this one, build a tech lab. We can do that before we head out. And we'll build that now. As you can see, it's a big sucker. Let's rotate it. And we're going to put it, we don't want to put it there because we want to leave that pathway open. So we'll put it here. And then we'll build a road to it. Okay, so we've completed that. They should all take off and start building that. And let's go into space and deal with our Mars guy. We have some more of these to look at. Space interaction. Science ship collects science points through events, allowing you to advance the technology tree. And crippled teams losing a ship team member will make resolution of events slower. To replenish crew, your ships will have to return to the Tycoon. And then harvesting. Cargo ship picks up stuff. Mining does mining. And as you can see, we've used this to pick things up already. So that takes care of that. Technology upgrade just talks about the science lab. The tech generates science points passively, but the main way to earn science points is through space exploration, which is what we're doing with the science vessels now. The tech tree, which we will look at in a minute, shows us a bunch of stuff so that we can upgrade the tech. And this is how to upgrade. It says using the docking bay. So, with that being said, we'll close this out. We're going to come out here and we're going to go back out here to Saturn and see what our options are. We have two options. Send a team to investigate. Attempt to locate debris. Now, locating debris doesn't give us anything. It doesn't give us any returns. So we're going to do the send a team to investigate. And let's see what this is telling us. Sending a team to investigate. We did not. Okay, so the Heisenberg's team will perform EVA to locate and investigate the signature source. That's the science ship that's doing that, the Hellsberg. So we don't need to send anything. All right. And they're still replenishing our, as you can see, the cargo ship returning, it's replenishing our resources. So that's all working good and well. Let's come back here. And see how the lab construction's going. Now we need the lab to be totally constructed to be able to view the repairs and upgrade map and the tech tier map. As you can see, the cargo ship's dropping off resources, which fills here, and then it's collected there and which is filled here and then it's collected and sent to the chow hall. This is at 55, so it's almost done. We have 5 new notifications. It's telling us the supplies have been replenished at the little moon or whatever it is, and they send them with the supplies back to here once they've replenished. Okay, now our trust is built up quite a bit. We are at 89%. That will continue to rise the longer as time passes. These are the cycles here, and we are in the 51st cycle. Now all they have to do is complete this. We're sending the mechs over here to do that.
A science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, so we can go back into space. Come over here. And we got 40 more research tech. So now, I've never tried this, but I think... Nope, it's done. Alright, so let's return... What's going on with this one? We found 60 tech there, so that means we have over 100 tech already, which is kind of nice. Now this is the middle view, which takes us just outside the station so we can view stuff to be repaired or built on the outside of the space station. That's what that's about. But we actually can't see the tech tree until this is complete, which it looks like it might be. Yes, it is. So now we can click this, and then we can click on the technology tree, which opens all this up. Now, the next thing we should be getting is research to be able to build this, the EVA airlock. And yet, solar panels should be coming up shortly as well. Here's the tech lab. We can't upgrade. We have 138 research, but it won't let us. And I think we're locked out from that, from the game, from the demo. It's not actually allowing us to research anything. Now, don't hold me to that, but I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what that's about. So, we want to research the EVA lock. And so we're going to hit 30 to research that. So now it's starting that research. As you can see. And none of the others of these give us that option. So all we have to do is wait for this research to complete. While we're waiting on that, let's continue our research out here. We are going to send the gear from here, and we're going to send it over to Saturn. Oh, there's no research available there, so we can't go there. So we will return to the base, I guess. We've completed all that stuff. And we'll return this one back to the base as well. Well, it's at 81%, so it's almost finished. As you can see, the area is opening up more and more as things disappear. Now, if we wanted to build more stuff, we could build that in here, but it's not calling for it. Now it's finished, and so it's telling us to build the EVA airlock. Open this up. Nope, that's not what we want. Let's open this up. And let's do structures. And there's the EVA airlock. So we need to build that. That thing is pretty massive as well. So we need to find a spot for it where it will fit. It won't fit in here because it's overlapping on stuff. We may have screwed ourselves. So let's go back here. And let's disconnect some of these roads. Make some room. Make this a little more convenient. Now let's see if we can fit it in there. I don't know if it's going to fit or not. Yep. Okay, so now we got that straightened. Set that down. I'm going to fix the road. Actually, that was probably a waste because as soon as this disappears, we'll go ahead and eliminate everything from here, including all of this. In fact, we can do that now. We don't need it. We don't need any of this right now. We only need that little piece there. And we don't need this either. Alright. That makes it more efficient by doing things like that. Our trust is up 97%. This is being built. Bunch of notifications. The supplies have been replenished. That's what most of these are going to be about. Science Chips has retrieved everything from Mars. EVA airlock has been unlocked. Yada yada yada. Science ship Hillsburg retrieved all science from satellite. So we're all good. Moving right along. We're only at 48 of 60 on our power, so we're good with that. it's got all this required resources, and as you can see, the white bar is beginning to go up as the mechs build it now. Food resources are staying up pretty good. They're at 68. And we still have quite a bit of alloy left for building. And this is about to be finished. Okay. Now it's telling us to construct the Bull engine. And I believe if we go here for that. External construction. With an active EVA airlock, the Tycoon's crew is able to manage the station's exterior, repair the hull, and build and upgrade contraptions such as solar panels to generate power. So there we go. Alright, so this is for the exterior. I'm going to go over here to special. I'm going to hit the Bull engine. And we're going to click yes. And that should begin construction. They're actually filling the order now with the materials. That'll have to fill up before they actually start building it. We are still getting replenished. And now it's constructing that. Now, this platform is now unlocked, I think. Now, it doesn't show on here that it's complete, because it looks like it's still building it, or whatever. For some reason. But it looks yellow to me. Oh no! Now, this must be a bigger one, because it's still developing it, I guess, but I don't think we're ever going to get a chance to do anything with it, because I don't think that's part of the demo. Now each of these bays only has 3 airlocks for the docking platform, so we can't build any more here. They're all full, but we can build another. As you can see, we can build another docking bay. The docking bays are so massive, just for an example, there's no room for one. I'd have to wait until all this is gone here before I'd have a space to even put one in. That would give us 3 more bays to build 3 more ships, but at the point we're at right now, that's kind of pointless because we don't need ships for anything else here. And it hasn't finished building that yet. It's got all the materials, so it should be beginning to... Nope, no it isn't. It's at 92. Once that reaches 100, then it'll start to actually build the engine, this roll engine. 96. Now we could build other things, such as solar panel sets, like this. We'll just do it for poop and giggles. Can also build a solar panel too when that is complete. The vol panel is being constructed as we speak. And I'm only doing the solar. We don't need any more power, actually. Got an incoming transmission. But just to explain this, we don't need any other power, but I'm just doing it to show you, because remember we had a 60 cap on our power. But once this is complete, once this one is built, it's building it now, you'll see the power will go up. Now it's saying we have 60 of 60 because we built that roll engine. But this panel will actually bump that. Now, as you can see, we're at 60 of 85. And so then what you would do next is go to the second one and build a small 2 and hit yes. And now it will go.
Administrator, the different phases of preparation, calibration, and verification were successfully completed. You must now start the full bonding procedure. Dolos protocols now deem you competent to gather resources, knowledge, and test colonization routines once you reach Proxima Centauri. Before you do so, Vanir Dolos, Marduk Council founder and Dolos CEO, wants to talk to you.
As you can see, it's constructing the second one now. And that's going to be this one, I believe. I believe that one's complete on top. The bottom one is the one that's being constructed right now. And it's done. And now we have 60 of 110. And that was just so you guys could see how that's all done. So we'll close this now. Go here. More replenishment's been done. And now it's telling us to talk to this next guy.
Hello, Administrator. I'm glad to see that you have managed to complete your assignments in preparation for this unique moment in history. You must understand that this is not simply another chapter in humanity's story. The book of our life on Earth is over, and we stand now at its epilogue. It saddens me to think that there are many who have yet to comprehend the reality of our situation. We've endured endless cycles of war, crisis, and famine. Still, the worst is yet to come. There are others, like Dolos, who have prepared for this outcome, but most of our kind remain sheltered from the horror of the predicament we find ourselves in. This pale ghost of civilization will wither and die, and with it, the tenets and values of the past. As we prepare to leave this system for the first time, perhaps we must decide which fragments we will pick up and take forward with us. Through Dolos, I am offering mankind an alternative means of survival. The Tycoon is a tablet upon which we will carve our new history. Do you recognize why I have done all of this? Having foreseen our fate, I became fixated on altering it. I set about fashioning the ropes and tying the knots that would bind together this magnificent ship. It is true that our time in this world is brief, but at least I can rest assured knowing that my legacy will endure for eons. Farewell, Administrator. For the few who stand in the light and the many who dwell in the dark, you carry the fate of us all.
Okay, so they want us to take off. It's telling us how to issue orders in space. In order to issue a travel order, click the Tycoon icon located at the bottom of the screen on the planetary system map. That's this. Points of interest range from planets to space stations and more. Hull deterioration. When moving, the hull of the Tycoon deteriorates at faster rate than when idle. So that's just that information. I decided to go ahead and build the second docking bay because I haven't done that, and see how that comes out. Means that we have plenty of power to do it. Now, as you can see, the entrance and exit things are gone. Sector 2 looks to be almost complete to me, but it's still not unlocked. Another thing you can do is speed things up. Up on the top right here, where I have my little arrow, you can go up to 4 times. You can go 2 or 4. If we go to 4, it speeds everything up, so construction and thing happens faster. Okay, it looks like this is complete now. No, it's not. You need 3 of these, so we can't complete it anyway. And we need these special chips. And if you look at the screen, it talks about these electronics that it requires. And the electronics are a rare and advanced resource required to construct certain buildings and most of the station's structural improvements. Electronics can be obtained by transforming silicon into electronics in an electronics factory, and we don't have the option of building an electronics factory. This was kind of a waste, but I just wanted to build one to see what would happen. In our building, in our construction, if we go to factories, the only thing up is the tech lab. Now there would be an electronics factory here for us to actually build that stuff. Plus we have no silicon in this area that we're at. So all that was pretty pointless. Alright, so let's go to the space map. We're going to do as requested. Wait a second. Let's see what this says. Sector 1 is now specializing in space rank 1. Which means, I believe, it'll afford us to nope. We can research the probe launcher. Oops. Although we cannot do the mining ship, cargo ship, the docking bay, infirmary, solar panels, tech lab, refectory, crew quarters, or any of this other stuff. So, it's for poops and giggles, we'll research the probe launcher. Everybody's happy, everything's being fed, and it's saying we're at optimal. So this is at, let's go here, 49% to 50%, so it's halfway. We'll allow that to complete before we make our jump. And they're still furnishing us with food. This is kind of nice, although this has dropped down a little more. It's at 38 now, where it was maintaining around 49 to 60. I don't know if this is going to give us a quest with this when we complete it right now, or not. Structure. Oh, look at that. Probe launcher. Docking bay. V8 airlock. Oh. That would need to go here somewhere. So, why don't we do this? We'll go ahead and come back to here. We will go here. Means that we can't use this anyway. Let's go ahead and now they've sent techs over, mechs over here to take it apart. I know I'm kind of dragging this out a little bit, and I apologize for that, but I'm just curious to see some of these things that I have not done. I have ran through this once before, which is why I have the information I have and know a little bit about it. Big machine's taking a while, I guess. While we're waiting for that, let's come out here and look at some of these other places and see what they say. It's an ice giant. Surface temperature is minus 201 Celsius. That's pretty cold. There's no resources to mine and no resources to collect, which is actually false because if it's an ice planet, we can collect the ice for water. Come back over here. Let's see what's on Jupiter. That's a gas giant. Probably wouldn't do us much good. It's negative 61 degrees Celsius there, and it says it has no resources to mine. Here we have Mercury. It's 340 degrees Kelvin, which is very hot, obviously. And it says we have nothing to mine there. Venus. It's a planet. It's 464 degrees Celsius. That's pretty dang warm. Probably cook anything we try to put on it. And there's no resources on it as well. Let's look at the moon. Resources to collect is 38. Huh. Really? So, let's send this guy over there and see if he can collect that stuff.
Science ship has arrived at destination.
It's retrieved all science from the moon. Okay, so we've collected those, I guess. We'll send it back home. And let's see what it says about the moon. Now, it's still saying iron on there. Now, I don't know if we can go mine that. If we had a mining ship. So let's lose the gear, maybe. I don't remember how to do that actually. Thought there was a way to deconstruct it, but maybe not really. Any here. Taking forever. We'll fast forward and come back to that when it's complete. Okay, we're back. And we're almost done deconstructing this, and what was holding us up was I had to add another stockpile for alloy so it had a place to take it because the only alloy stockpile was full. So now, as you can see, it rolled down pretty quickly. This should disappear here in a second. There we go. Now we can remove the road. And it should afford us to be able to build probe launcher. To it. We had a crew member that was injured, and so I hadn't never installed the infirmary, so I did that also while we were offline. And that injured worker went here and recovered here and is back in shape, and we have no injured workers now. So I mean, you know, all these things tie together. You got to kind of figure it out as you go. But yeah, I wasn't mindful of the fact that there wasn't enough storage space for the alloy coming out of this factory that we had built, and that's why it was so slow going. And at one point it actually came to a stop. And now they're constructing the probe launcher. And it is almost complete, and I'm just curious to see if they're going to have us launch a probe or not. If we construct this thing. And it's complete. Now it's asking to construct a probe. Now I'm not sure what the difference between auto build is and construct a probe, but we'll just go with that. Let's see what happens with that. And I'm seeing a bunch of deals running over here. We need 10 of those. And they now have 10 of 10, and so it should begin constructing the probe now. There's the workers running along the roads. The probe is constructed. And nothing about that. Alright, so pretty much we're done in here. Might as well go outside. Now if I recall, we're supposed to click on this. Well, maybe not. Oh, one. Oh, so we can push a probe wherever we want. I don't know what this ring means here, but we'll send it there. See what happens. Also, I guess we're sending it at Saturn. So maybe we're supposed to go here. Maybe we're supposed to go here. We have nothing. We have constructed the engine. So what's the dealio? The moon is where we're supposed to orbit. It says move. The Tycoon into orbit of the moon. And so we've done that. I'm suspecting. I could have swore we were supposed to click on the Tycoon thing. Okay, initiate the vol jump. Okay, so it was waiting for it to get into position. We have a phone call first.
Administrator, because of your continued successful management of the Tycoon, Dolos have authorized the dispatch of new crew members and food supplies. Please ensure that they have suitable accommodation once you reach Proxima Centauri.
Okay, so now everything is the way it should be. Workplace safety. We must have somebody injured again. Space travel. System jumps. In order to use the Vol engine, it requires charging for a period of time. During this, all Tycoon's power is redirected towards the engine, meaning your batteries will activate for the duration of the charge. If your battery is empty during this period, provoke a blackout. The blackout will automatically be resolved at the end of Vol's charge. Okay. What's going on with this? Injuries. Reduce risk, injury risk. Make sure the stability of your sector is as high as possible. With stability buildings, or by adopting different policies. Okay, so let's check before we take off. Let's check back in here and see if we have somebody who's injured. We do. So what we do is we go here, and as you can see, he is already being. He's already recovering. It's 1.2, 1.1. And how I deal with that is speeding up. And as you can see, it's rising a lot faster now. Oh, now we have 2 people injured. Isn't that lovely? Oh no! How do we have a homeless population? We've lost some buildings. Wow, things just went to poop. Poop faster in a hurry. Build another house. We'll build it here. Put another one next to it here. And they're having a food problem. I don't know why. It says 100% food. And it may be because we don't have enough of those for all the people they just added. Okay, so let's go to food. Let's construct another one of these. We will put it here. Probably going to be overworking these guys now, so we're going to get that as well. Get that place built, and then we'll slow it back down. Okay, we got 54 people still out of not enough space. So we need to build some more of these. It's kind of hard to keep up. We'll put one here. Put another one here. And another one next to it right here. I'm going to go on speed up. At least we don't have anybody hungry anymore. Yep, we have an injury. Who's recovering on fast mode. It says we still have 9 people without a house. Gonna go back in here. Build another house here. No, I don't want to build it there. Let's build it here. Nobody's injured. Everybody has a house. Now we're back to optimal. So now we can make our trip into space. We'll go back out here. Click on this.
Charging full engine.
Now it's charging. We're at 110 of 110.
Full engine ready.
We're initiating the jump. Now that power jumped, I believe, because of things and buildings we added. Although the housing's only 1 power each. But it could be because we're doing the jump, like it said.
the Earth, our home, she is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution. Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage. The Tycoon Station is both an epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists leads the vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore, and because our very existence depends on it. I give you the stars. I give you the Vol engine.
So, that looks like the end of the demo. Hope you enjoyed it. Not sure what that ending was about. Looks like they destroyed the moon on their takeoff. But I guess we'll see when the game comes out, if they have a pre-release. If you like the video, hit like. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. It helps me out. If you have a comment about this demo, go ahead and leave them in the comment sections. Any suggestions as well. I always respond to anybody who comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that bell. You get a notification when we drop our next video, and check out some of our other videos. Appreciate you watching. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.